Pinus.
Pinus.
Pinus. To understand the food of our present, we must first understand the food of our past.
That's why we're recreating some of the most notable meals throughout history, and today we turn the clock so far back they turn into sundials.
Yeah, Rhett and Link's first meal ever, boom, roasted.
Got him! No, we're actually making the first ever version of pizza that dates all the way back to ancient Rome.
Oh, cool. Well, I guess that means it's time for
Meals of History! All right, so today's ancient meal comes from 47 AD, where Julia Agrippina, aka Agrippina the Younger, is accused of killing her husband, the Emperor Claudius, with a plate of poisoned mushrooms just so her son Nero could ascend to the throne.
Ooh, the drama.
I know. So we don't exactly know what was served at this ancient banquet, but we do know a fair amount about the ancient Roman diet. They ate a lot of foraged mushrooms, they ate a lot of cheese, they ate a lot of game meats, but a majority of their diet was bread. So we're gonna take a stab at the ancient Roman panis focaccius, which is a yeast-risen flatbread that originated in the Etruscan Empire. Now, many people consider it to be the forefather of pizza, but after the Etruscan Empire died in 27 AD, then that tradition was taken on by the Romans, and then of course that carried on, so then that didn't become a tradition on pizza until the Neapolitans. The term margherita pizza wasn't even coined until 1898 with the unification of Italy.
Hey, there's like a boner on this. There's one there, but there's also one there. Did people have tails back then?
Phallic imagery was common among the stone paintings of the Pompeians. So this is a photo of a rock
I have a
carved.
tail. You could see it in yoga class.
All right, so when Mount Vesuvius erupted, right, destroyed Pompeii in 79 AD, and this is a rock carving that was actually discovered that illustrates what was essentially the street food scene in Pompeii. And you can see this man, it looks so much like a modern pizza baker. He's sticking a giant rod into a small hole, and he's baking some sort of a flatbread. So we think that this was probably the precursor to pizza.
Whoa, maybe he's sitting on like a stick.
Oh, you're trying to figure out what that rod is going down there.
What were you trying to figure out?
Well, there's the rod going into the hole, and then there's a rod between his legs.
Well, there's too many rods either way.
All right, so we don't know the actual menu for the poison plate, but we do know a fair amount about the ancient Roman diet. They ate a lot of cheeses, they ate a lot of foraged mushrooms, they ate a lot of game meat, but a majority of their diet was bread. And so we're taking a stab at
Are we gonna make poison pizza?
Yeah, we're making poison pizza. It's pretty metal. All right, you wanna take a stab at playing Julia Agrippina and I'll take care of the food?
Toga!
Toga! Toga! Toga! No, it was called like a stola or something. There's Julia, I may presume.
Who are you?
I am your humble servant today. I am your cook. I will be making you your feast. I've just heard some rumors, so I'm gonna move this knife real quick. Don't take it personally at all.
Personally. Okay.
You look like the contestant that acts intentionally crazy on The Bachelor so she can stay on for like 7 episodes and get an Instagram following and then sell diet pills.
Can I steal you for a sec?
All right, so you ready to get down to this pizza? You got plotting face right now. You're plotting. I can tell you're plotting and I don't like it.
I just don't feel comfortable when I don't have a knife. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's safer in my hands.
Someone else has a
disagree
knife
with that.
and I don't. Doesn't seem fair.
All right, so we have to start. This recipe starts. We're making pizza, but we are also making a ancient Roman fermented fish condiment called garum that was in almost all of the dishes, and I'm sure you know that, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know all of that.
We have to start by disemboweling this fish. So I'm just gonna take this knife and I'm just gonna run it into these small fish, and I'm just gonna try and get it underneath that breastplate to expose the guts. You see a little bit of that blood coming out, and then when you flay it open, this is the good stuff. So this is gonna give us flavors. This is essentially a fermented fish sauce. Now, Pliny the Elder, you probably know Pliny, you're a homie with him.
We're on speaking terms at the
Yeah.
moment, but we've had issues.
Yeah, that makes sense, that makes sense. So Pliny wrote about this in the 77 AD book, Natural History. He wrote a whole recipe for it, but there are a bunch of different recipes. If you find it in the Roman street cookbook Apicius, which is written in vulgar language, not classic Roman, that's passed around among the peasants.
I love vulgar language, and so does my brother Caligula.
God, Caligula was your brother?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that is, what a family.
He's having a party tonight, actually. You're welcome to come.
I am probably chilling for that.
I think you'll do.
Oh God, I don't feel comfortable. Let's make the thing. This is called garum. We need to start with 9 parts fish to 1 part salt, and then we're gonna let this ferment in the hot Mediterranean sun. Although it's a little bit rainy in Burbank today, so we may have to just do this in the oven.
Burbank.
You've been to the kingdom of Burbank.
Never heard of it. Sounds harsh.
Oh, you should go to the Warner Brothers Tower.
Warner Brothers. Who are they? Are they going to come and try to ascend the throne?
The Warner Brothers may try.
How many are there?
I believe 2. I don't really know. I've taken the tour. It's
There's
nice.
3. It's Yakko, Smacko, and Dot. Isn't that it? Is it Yakko,
Hold some
Smacko,
fish.
and Dot?
Hold some fish. I need you to be my scale. So you're gonna try and hold this fish just one hand. This is all the salt we have. So hold
gonna...
the fish in one hand, hold the salt in the other. I need you to weigh out 9 parts fish to 1 part salt.
Wait.
Yeah. When the fish outweighs the salt by 9 times.
What was their measuring system back in the day?
Well, they did this. They had what was called the balance scale, right? It's like the classic image of the Libra. It's, Emily, come on! Let me stack the fish. Yo, we meant to get a balance scale and I totally forgot, so this is the bit. You know what, let's just use all of them. We got all these fish, we have all the guts intact. Like I said, there were many different recipes for garum. It's essentially the same process as like a modern Vietnamese fish sauce, but it's an ancient Roman version. And they say some of the most prized was just made with straight tuna's blood. Then some was made with just fish guts. Some was made with whole fish themselves. So what I'm gonna do, I gotta combine them.
Right.
I'm taking the classic elements of all the best Roman garum. We're gonna take some tuna's blood here. We're just gonna dump that in the pot. And then we're gonna also hit it with some old wine. So they would take the wine that had gone bad, got a little sour, kind of turned into vinegar a little bit.
Okay.
And then we're gonna use that to flavor this fish sauce. I think it's gonna be really delicious though. Oh, there he goes. Dump all that salt in here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
It's great, and then can you just get in there and sort of massage it around?
You're making me do a lot for someone that I don't know.
I want you to be involved in this process. Like, this is a banquet for
I'm in the middle
husband.
of hiding from something right now, so if you could just like be as chill as possible.
What are you hiding from?
What do you want me to start with?
So we're gonna leave this in the oven at 140 degrees, and we're gonna do this for 5 days, even though Romans would typically do this for like months, but 5 days seems to be the sweet spot for where you really get all those insides to melt down. 140 degrees should be food safe for pasteurization. If you're doing this at home, you're not, but like, don't do it probably. Do your own independent research, but this is what I came up with. This is what I'm comfortable putting in my body. I'm not gonna say my body.
You're gonna find out what you're comfortable with tonight.
What's happening tonight?
I told you the party.
I don't exactly know what Caligula did at his parties. I just know it was bad.
Well, I just come in with an open...
What's open? Well, this is what a bunch of fish that have been fermenting in the oven for 5 days looks like. As you see, I mean, it's all really crushed up, and we left the guts inside this fish, so it's all really crushed, and they've also released a lot of liquid. If you really dig down in there, this is the good stuff. And so what I'm gonna do, I think I'm just gonna take all this and then dump it into this pot with a strainer. Typically, this would be done with a wicker basket.
You need me to scoop that out of there with...
I think we're good. No. And then we're gonna cook it down, because we wanna really concentrate these flavors. So I'm gonna try and just kind of dump a lot of the fish into there and then really kind of push it through. That's nice. Get out, fish, come on! There we go. We got some more, we can let that go. And then I'm just gonna kind of mash at these fish. You see, it just falls apart into a mush.
Ooh, you know that I have not been a sissy in any of these episodes, right?
You've not, I've been very proud of you.
Thank you, but this smell is weird.
This is the smell of flavor. All right, so check this out, come over here.
No,
Just give it a whip, smell the fish!
Josh, I'm gonna
smell the fish juice!
I'm gonna barf into that pot.
Don't barf into the pot. That was probably a Roman recipe too. Oh my God, I know what you're saying. Emily, wow, this right now doesn't smell so great, but we got some old wine. So typically Romans would use some like wine that had kind of turned brown and sort of oxidized and it's not good anymore. But if you want to taste that, this is wine that art director Mike Paisley's friend made in their backyard. So we're trying to get as close to the Roman recipe. So not even
Dirty Paisley, it's Dirty Paisley's friend?
It's one removed
Dirty P.
from Dirty P.
I'm calling him Dirty P.
Yeah, Mike's great. We love Mike, but he's the type of guy that would have shady wine.
Are we gonna drop the phone for this? Drop it like it's trash.
Oh my God, that's a spoon on the floor. We should get it. Drink the toilet wine.
Hang on.
All wine is technically made in a toilet if you really It's not bad, right? All right, so we're gonna take some of the toilet wine and I'm gonna drop it into this. That is classic toilet wine. You wanna give this a taste? So we're gonna let it reduce down for maybe 30 minutes until it gets nice and sort of thick and then we can use it as a flavoring, but try it. Emily, come on, it's for history.
Josh, I don't know.
It's good stuff, it's safe.
Oh, Dionysus.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Reminds me of the time I opened my mouth at St. George Island in Florida.
You're just breathing it in.
I just went to the ocean like, yay, the ocean! And then it just all went in my mouth.
Yeah, but I mean, that's pretty cool, right? Like people talk about uni and caviar and getting the flavor of ocean in your mouth. They don't talk about Roman stank fish and blood.
Oh, so that's just gonna be there for the rest of the day, huh?
Yeah, well, not only that, we're gonna be adding this to pretty much everything that we do because Romans would actually use this as salt because getting pure salt could have been expensive, so people would always keep this. And I mentioned garum. This is actually the liquid strained form called liquamen. Very similar to Vietnamese fish sauce, really delicious, tons of umami. We're gonna add this to the rest of the ingredients that go on this pizza.
Hey, can we do like, instead of Little Caesar pizza, it's just like garbage.
Yeah. All right, Julie, so now we have to start on our panis focaccia. So panis obviously is Roman for bread, and then focaccia means—
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Panis.
I just wanted to hear it again.
It's panis. Panis, like panis at the disco. They're good. So we are making that, and focaccius comes from the word focus, which was the name of the hearth. So this was literally cooked on the floor of the hearth. We're trying to recreate that situation in our oven, but first, we gotta do this the old Roman way, baby girl. So I might have called you baby girl, that's creepy as all heck. Poor choice of words.
Yeah.
We're doing this, Emily, my esteemed coworker and friend. So what we're gonna do, we got sacks of wheat. These are whole wheat berries.
You just, all right, that's.
You seem skittish around knives.
Listen, it's very hard to kill me. My son's already tried 3 times.
What?
He doesn't know I'm in here. So.
I don't want to meet I don't want to meet any of your friends. They sound crazy.
My son is not my friend.
Well, any of the people
are
you know.
like one of those modern parents who thinks your kids are your friends?
I hope
They're
to
not.
be.
They're your mortal enemies, and you have to have them killed.
I hope my kids can open up to me with anything.
Do you want to know how he's tried to kill me so far?
Yeah, regrettably.
So maybe you can try something new.
I don't want to kill you.
First, he tried to poison me, but I had the antidote because I created that poison in the first place. And then the next time, he tried to make a machine that would like fall on me while I was sleeping, like make my ceiling
What?
fall on me. But then I like
That's some
found
James
out about
Bond
it.
villain type stuff.
I don't know who that is, but he sounds awesome. Anyway, so I found out he was going to do it because he has a big mouth. He talks a lot.
Yeah, he
Miro
bragged
talks
that he was
a lot, runs his mouth. He's an idiot. That's why mommy needs to
You
run
made
everything.
him.
I know, and I can break him. And then the last one was, and this is really, really, it just shows how much he loves me. He made a collapsible boat, but I got away. So I think I'm indestructible.
I can't help you with any of that, but I can make you a pizza.
The party tonight also helps a lot with our family trauma.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna grind these whole wheat berries by hand.
I love
so just
grinding.
Yeah, I bet you do. Yeah, so you're just gonna go ahead and take these whole wheat berries. We're not gonna sift it. We're trying to go like real rustic Roman style. Typically you'd use this in a mill, but if you didn't have access to a mill, you just grind it by hand. But you gotta like really get in there. You're doing a bad job.
Pinus!
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 Focaccius, of course. Bash, bash, harder bashing, harder bashing. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, don't bite your bottom lip when you do it though. That makes it weird for the people.
I give you everything. I give you everything, and this is how you treat me! Ah!
Some people put love into their cooking. She seems to put familial hatred in it.
I really do think you have to crunch it.
No, you're doing good. You're doing good. You're doing good.
Yeah,
don't
when are you
mind
gonna
me.
get this thing out? You
Don't
gave
mind
me.
me.
This thing,
Don't mind
you
me.
get that thing?
Yeah, well, you're doing good. You want to give it a whack?
Definitely.
We're trying to grind this up. These are whole wheat berries. Your refined white flour would be without the bran and the chaff. But we're using whole wheat flour because we're healthy. We got.
You said I could have a turn!
Have a turn. Just mash at it a little bit. That's looking good. I like what's going on
Why
there.
does this also stink?
Everything stinks. I got fish guts on my bare feet.
On his penis.
Don't put the fish guts on your penis. All right, this is looking good. This is looking good. This is looking good. It looks like flour, right? Like,
It sure does. Doesn't smell like it though.
check it out. It's got kind of hot from the Vitamix, but it's a very coarse ground flour. If you have a home mill, that might be the way to do it. But we're just rocking with the flour. So I'm gonna take some water. I'm just gonna add it into there. We're gonna get a little bit of honey in there. Honey was very commonly used as a sweetener in Rome.
Oh.
And so honey is also what helps yeast ferment. We're gonna add some yeast. So we are kneading this into a loose dough. It's looking kind of wet, but that's how I want it because this eventually actually gets covered in salt water. It is a modern, like Ligurian
I love
take
how
on
it smells like the ocean in here, and that looks like sand.
All right, so we got this resting. We need to cover this. We're gonna let the yeast take its course, and then we're gonna start making our panis focaccius. Our panis has doubled in size.
Fantastic.
All right.
This is never gonna air.
All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna turn this out. You know what, first up,
Are you
let's
gonna
just
turn it
dump
out?
this oil. I'm just gonna kind of spread this around because focaccia, a ton of oil associated with it. So we're gonna turn this out where it's covered in oil on the bottom, and then I'm just gonna take this,
Are we gonna get a sensuous close-up on this sponginess?
as sensuous as you make
With like
it.
that sexy music where it's like it got a little bit of haze around it. and it's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So actually, it's great that we're kind of fingering this because the typical way to make focaccia is you would put kind of finger holes in it as you spread it and spread more oil on top.
Okay.
And then you actually fill the holes with water and that sort of hydrates the bread in the very hot heat. Speaking of hot heat, if you want to check out our oven rig,
Wow.
They didn't have modern ovens in Rome. No, they didn't. So we put a bunch of rocks in our oven to try and mimic what a Roman hearth would maybe be. So we're gonna try and cook this directly on that hot stone there. Dirty Mike Paisley has told us,
Dirty P.
Dirty Pete told us that this is probably gonna work. And I'm inclined to believe him. So what we're gonna do, you wanna take some of this and sprinkle it on the rock. This is semolina, this is coarse ground flour that's
Sprinkle on
hopefully
the
gonna
rock?
stop it from.
But I'm not supposed to touch the rock, right?
Do not touch the rock. The rock has been superheating for a long time. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this oily bread and I'm gonna try and throw it directly on the rock.
Okay.
1, 2. Kind of spread it out a little bit.
Way to go, bro!
That's perfect. And then we can just kind of shape it into a circle and then get some finger holes in there.
I can't help but think that if Agrippina was here, she'd probably close this door. And now all I can think about is impulsively wanting to close the door.
Don't Sylvia Plath me!
You know those thoughts you have sometimes, like when you're in church and you're like, I could run up there and pull my pants down on the altar and take a poop.
Yeah, that's why I don't like holding knives. I'm gonna take a little bit of water and I'm gonna fill up all of our finger holes and the water is gonna evaporate. That bottom should get nice and crisp. It's fine, we're doing good. And then we're just gonna close it up and we're gonna let it bake for about 20 minutes to a half an hour until it's golden brown. And then now we gotta make our toppings.
Is it that bucket of filth?
We're gonna use the bucket of filth. Yes, it's going in the topping. It's gonna be good, open your mind.
Okay.
And if something tastes bad, no one notices the taste of poison. Poison. We're gonna make a pizza topping. They typically would not have topped panis focaccius with much, but like, I wanna take some liberties with these ancient Roman recipes. So we're gonna add some olive oil to a pan, and typically they would go for wild foraged meadow mushrooms is what they called them, but we probably do not have the same species that they had. So instead, we're just gonna use some wild mushrooms of our own. These are chanterelles, typically foraged, a really delicious product. Then we're using some oyster mushrooms as well, with a little bit of hen of the woods in there, and then also some king trumpets, which have a very meaty, awesome consistency. And we're gonna let them cook down in olive oil. Typically would have been done on an open fire. I think we can take some liberties.
You know, I just realized.
What's that?
Agrippina has kind of told you way too many secrets.
Yeah, no, I feel like I could really take down someone's political career with what I know right now.
Yeah.
What's that in your hand?
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Sometimes the knife ends up in your hands and...
Every male in my family has murdered someone. When I do it, it's like, oh, when a woman does it, it's not cool, but when a man does it, it's ambitious. Do you get that?
I think that Agrippina the Younger was a feminist. You know, I think that she really was like the first wave of feminism. If you see, wow, we got some really great color on these shrooms.
Oh, nice.
And so we're gonna cook this down in what's called coriander. Coriander was essentially this ancient Roman sweetener that was made with cooked down grape must that doesn't exactly exist today, but there is a product called vincotto, literally translating to cooked wine. And so this is essentially the raw wine before it's fermented that you cook down, mash the grapes with all the seeds and the stems to get that tannic flavor. And so we're just gonna add that to these mushrooms. We're gonna try and cook it in a bit of a syrup, and then a bottle of your finest fish stank.
Ugh.
And so instead of salt, we're actually going to be using that. Yeah, get a whiff of that.
No,
it smells really good. I smell this and I smell good things.
Josh, I have been very chill.
Shake these branches at the fish stink.
Ooh, that looks pretty. Is that what you swat people with to like clean them in a bathhouse?
Yeah. If you hold it, I'll slap it.
You know, be careful.
I'll be careful. Just gonna give it a little tap.
Okay, I like
Give the
that.
herbs a little tappy tap.
That's good.
Like, ooh, bad herb.
Ooh, you're bad.
I actually think this is going to taste really incredible. I mean, these are flavors that I love. Vincotto is fantastic. It was used in ancient Rome pretty much. I mean, this fish stank is basically fish sauce, which I add to my bolognese as it is. We got just a whole ass branch in there.
I know. Tiny little tree.
And then we got rosemary and oregano. And I mean, these mushrooms are just getting so glazy. So we're gonna let these cook a little bit more. And then we're actually going to toss this on top of our pizza, make it like a real modern dish that anyone would pay $22.99 for in Silver Lake.
This looks like a dirty flower.
Dirty flour sounds like a euphemism for something else. We got the panis out of the oven, and this is looking really freaking, I mean, it's so rustic. We used that whole wheat flour. I'm really curious about the taste on this. Right now, we're gonna top it like an American pizza. So there's a thing that exists later. You know Caesar?
Yeah, pizza, garbage.
Exactly, yeah. We're hitting it with a little Caesar treatment. We're gonna go with a little bit of fresh olive oil on there. And then we're gonna start cutting up some pecorino romano. So like literally, Romano.
Sounds like a bird.
So I'm just gonna take off like some nice rustic hunks of cheese to go on our nice rustic
I'm wearing
panis.
baby Spanx.
Yeah, the outfit's something.
We ordered a large, but it's from Amazon, so I don't know whose version of large is.
Roman troops used to snack on pecorino romano. It was a way to take the sheep's milk and then you would essentially, you know, preserve it using salt. And actually cheese making dates back thousands of years. In the Odyssey by Homer, the Cyclops. Come on, oh, what's the Cyclops' name?
One-Eyed Jack.
Old One-Eyed Jack, the Cyclops.
One-Eyed Willie the Cyclops.
In Homer's Odyssey, you know. They actually reference him making cheese in a cave.
Can we call it John Goodman? Because John Goodman represented the Cyclops in Oh Brother,
Where Art Thou? Yeah. I love like modern movies that are plays on old tales. Have you seen Sydney White?
No.
Amanda Bynes, Sydney White, she goes to college and deals with all this stuff, but it's Snow White in the Seven Drawers. It's Snow White in the Seven Drawers.
That's a lot of drawers for a dorm room.
Josh.
Yeah.
I'm in Sydney White.
You're in Sydney White?
Everybody, you have to keep this in the edit.
This is the edit. Ben was in Sydney White. That's a good movie though.
What were you doing in it? Did you have a mustache?
I was a construction worker.
Dude, yeah, because her dad's a construction worker in Sydney White.
Yeah.
How'd you get that gig, dude?
I was living in Florida at the time. I worked on that movie.
That's so sick. We got all this pecorino spread around there. We got the olive oil on it.
Oh, wow.
Is that good?
Yeah.
I'm swapping spoons. Hold on.
Oh, I got a whole peppercorn.
That's flavorful. That is gonna go so well with the super sharp cheese.
Oh, man. I'm getting excited now. Do we have to put that dirty, dirty meat on this?
No, the dirty meat's in the mushrooms. You're tasting the dirty. That's so much fish stank in the
He
mushrooms.
tricked me!
You've got tricked, baby!
You snuck something into my food. This is punishable by death.
Sneaking things into food seems to be a big theme back then.
Well, I mean, it's the easiest way to do things.
All right, so we got this all nice and done up. Might top it with a little bit of fresh coriander, and then we're just gonna go back in the oven for about 10 minutes, crisp it up, really make it nice and pizza-y, hit some herbs on it, and then we get to eat. Julia, welcome to your feast where nothing bad ever happens. So we have
you.
some beautiful soft sheep's milk cheese here. As of course you know, they basically broke down into soft cheeses and hard cheeses. We got some dates, we got some figs. Y'all seem to love eating small birds, so we got some quail eggs and some wild game birds here. Of course, olives, herbs, and honey. But the star, we got this mushroom and coriander pizza right here. I'm gonna dig into it.
Allow me.
Yeah, you feel comfortable handling the, oh, you look real comfortable handling that knife there.
Yes. Do you just want me to hand it to you? or
Kinda, I
just-
think you still need to cut it.
I need to cut it?
Yeah.
I just thought, you know, we just fold it in half like a...
Like a New Yorker, like a real authentic New York style pizza.
Yeah. It's a shame this will be the last and first time we have ever spent time together.
I don't think so. I think we're gonna do this a lot. I think, you know, you and I kind of hit it off out there. I think we have some things in common, obviously some differences.
You know what? No one has ever said that to me.
Oh my God.
No one ever thinks they're gonna do a lot of things with me.
I've made a friend. All right, I'm gonna pile some more mushrooms on there, because to me, that's the star.
To old and new and never friends.
I'm excited to make friends. Come on. Come on, even you with a hardened heart have to be warmed up by this delicious freaking pizza.
I don't have a hardened heart. I feel everything.
The pecorino is such a strong flavor because it had to be aged and preserved for so long. And the mushrooms have a little bit of sweetness, and then the freaking fish sauce, garum, liquid, and funk coming in. It's so savory. The bread is super crispy and delicious, and it tastes like pizza, and it's all ancient Roman ingredients. Come on.
It's very good. Seeing how the sausage was made, though, yikes.
Taste the soft sheep's milk cheese. This stuff is dank. Yeah.
Mmm.
Get quail egg in there.
No,
Get quail egg in there.
let me bite. I want to bite into it. Oh, it popped.
Yeah, it's like a gusher.
It popped really hard.
Quail eggs are nature's gushers.
Ooh, that's actually really good.
Romans really did eat well, and they codified so much of their food. You see that in Pliny the Elder's Natural History. You see that in Apicius. There's some awesome stuff out there, and I'm so glad that I could take this journey with you that I hope will last a lifetime.
Lifetimes. They sure vary, don't they?
Yeah.
They do.
What?
Shall we toast?
Absolutely, Julia, you have a big banquet to go to, and I don't want to keep you from that, but I think we should cheers to something.
Sure, hang on. Just one sec. You have more than me.
Okay.
I don't want you to have.
Like friends want be generous with each other.
Yep.
What
That's
did you
yours.
smell in here?
Friendship.
Oh, that's just like you. Well, cheers to friendship.
Yes.
That's good stuff. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us here in the Mythical Kitchen. We got new videos out every week. We got new episodes of our podcast, A Hot Dog's a Sandwich, out every Wednesday, wherever you get your podcasts. Hit us up on Instagram at Mythical Kitchen with pictures of your mythical dishes under hashtag Dreams Become Food. We'll see y'all next time.
It's so nice getting to know you.
Likewise. What? Get as messy as you want in your own kitchen when you have the Mythical Kitchen Towel, available now at mythical.com.